Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin. Darren and Josh make a movie.
Hey everyone, it is another episode of It's Still Darren and Josh.
It is Darren and Josh make a movie.
Darren and Josh make a movie. This is a special episode because we are outside and we are not inside a dark, dreary doom and gloom. I wanted to spend some time with my bearded dragons. Josh, have you met these guys?
I have not, and they scare the crap.
This is Rennie, and the other one over there is Snow.
Hey, Snow.
I'm going to give a...
bite me.
They don't bite. Of all the animals that I've owned, and I've owned dogs, and I've owned cats, and I have hamsters and fish, these are my favorite pets of all time. They are clean, they are awesome, they are docile, they can learn their names and come when called. Those mine do not. It's amazing. Yeah, they're awesome. They do take giant poops though, so you guys might be lucky in this too. You might see a giant poop. So I want to start off the podcast for those that are doing listening only, and warn you that after we get through a kind of our spiel, we go back to Las Vegas where we went to the Saw escape room. The audio is not great. I recommend watching it because so much of what you are going to hear, you need to see to really understand it.
Yeah, we take everybody through the entire escape room. We chat with the owners. We have talks about our experiences on Saw. It's
But there's a lot of background noise. There's a lot of screaming and crying, mostly from Josh and myself. But, before we get into that, Josh, where are we right now with everything?
Oh, before we start, dude,
you have an exciting
I brought you a surprise. Dun, dun.
The gut pillow. Darren and Josh make a movie, officially licensed gut pillow. Look at that, Josh.
You look like
It kind of looks like
pack.
It actually kind of looks like what it looks like under
the shirt. Yeah, I believe you.
Oh, I believe you. That. So last episode, you and I sat down and we really tried to hone in out of the 7 ideas. Did Stripper Camp win?
Unfortunately for you, Stripper Camp did not win.
Damn it.
We have 4 leading contenders, and I feel like what we should do is we put up 8 or 9 or 10. Let's narrow it down to the 4 primary ones and let people vote again so that anybody who voted, it's like ranked choice voting. Instead of wasting your vote on The Trench or on Stripper Camp or on Atomic Submarine.
Hasn't The Submarine been voted out yet?
Yeah, but I put it up there just to see what would happen. So right now, here's the standings. Looking on my computer, The Privilege is at 21%. Peace Corps is gone at 3%. Horror Expendables is at 20%.
Oh wait, so there's only 1%
between Privilege and Horror Expendables. Wow. Dead in the Water is dead in the water at 7%.
Was that the submarine one?
Yep.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Darren's AI Girlfriend is 8%. So you got more with your AI Girlfriend than I got with Dead in the Water. The Obituary, which it came out of nowhere.
I don't even remember that.
It's number 3. Like, I don't even, here he comes. I don't even, I was so surprised, but I'm so excited because I do like that. And then 4th is Free Fall, the play movie.
That's weird. I thought that Free Fall would have been number 1, Privilege number 2. Well, I mean, Stripper Camp should have been number 1, but
of course.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What was the Obituary one again?
Obituary is newspaper comes out. There are 10 people that are listed in the obituaries, but they're all alive, and it says how they died. And then the people start dying one by one by the way that it says in their obituary, but in a completely unique, different kind of way. The example I gave on the show was somebody finds out that they're going to drown, so they're staying away from water, don't want to be near water. Their car runs over a fire hydrant. They get locked inside the car. The water shoots up into the car, and they drown inside their car.
Since I feel like we should mention Good Luck Chuck and 1111 on every podcast,
yeah,
I had like a really cool bonding experience with my son the last couple of days. We started watching his first horror movie.
Sweet.
I tried. He's seen a lot of Gateway stuff. Like he's watched Gremlins. He watched The Gate.
Yep.
He's watched stuff like that. But I wanted to kind of kick it up a notch, and he asked me could he watch the Final Destination series.
Oh, sweet.
So we started with Final Destination 1.
Right.
But last night we watched Final Destination 2, and I forgot the male lead is the male lead of 11-11-11. And I was like, oh, he was in a good movie. Not mine at that. But no, I love that because I do love movies that have fun deaths. And I think that I don't know if the privilege is gonna. Oh, there she goes. She's making a run for it.
All right.
I don't know if the privilege has fun deaths, but I think it is the most commercial that we've talked about. I do think
I don't think it's the most commercial. I think it's the one that would mean the most, I think.
I think
make
the most
best
accolades.
film.
The most accolades.
Yeah.
So where does that leave us? So the 4 that we're going to move on to the next round are what?
Are Plane, Obituary, The Privilege, and Comic-Con.
You know what I think we should do? Are you in town this next week?
Yeah.
Because part of this is a filmmaking podcast. What if we put together 30-second to a minute pitches on each one?
Yeah, that's good.
We film them and we uploaded them, and then we let people watch the pitches and then vote on that to get it down to the final 1 or 2.
I love it. That's great. That's great. Awesome. But the last thing we need to talk about before we switch over to the Saw Escape Room is we have to start thinking about producers. What producers are we going to be taking these pitches to?
Wait a minute, can I just talk? I like the gut pillow.
It's good, isn't
It really is.
Yeah.
Did you make this?
Brandon Nieto designed it from our crew, and
I am a fan.
and I ordered it online, and I put my own pillow in it. So I don't know if I'm going to let you have.
No, I'm not gonna keep this one, but they do exist.
Yeah, exactly. And I just ordered 10 more for the team, and then we'll actually put it up on the website if anybody wants to
Order a gut pillow.
Yeah.
Okay, so producers. One of the things that I have learned as a filmmaker is your movie sink or swim by the champions it has. And, I've made some movies that I really liked that did not have a champion and went nowhere. And I've had movies that I didn't really care for and had huge champions and they did well. And that champion is who the producer is. It's that person that we creatively align ourselves with and is going to be basically one of the most important aspects of our team because they're going to be the one that has to come in and make this thing real. Yeah, I think they also are a huge net positive when we go into a studio or whatever. Do they have credits of their own? Do they do they have franchises behind them in the same way that we have Saw behind us? So what are you thinking? I mean, you and I both have talked about, if I can talk about the first one, which I brought up to you a while back, and I think you're also very keen on this guy, is Pete Block.
Yeah. I love Pete Block. I think he's amazing. Pete Block was one of the original producers. He worked at Lionsgate for a while, and then he transitioned into being just a standalone producer. But he was instrumental in many of the first 8 Saw films. I love it.
Yeah, he did that. He did Repo with me. He has... The thing I like about Pete is I feel like he is a champion for the filmmaker.
100%.
And, so many times you have producers that, when it comes time to actually getting in and pushing and fighting, they don't want to rock the boat. And I think Pete's the opposite of that.
Yeah. And his company's name is...
A Bigger Boat.
A Bigger Boat.
From our good thing, Jaws.
I definitely think a meeting with Peter Block is in our cards very soon.
Yeah.
I want to just tick through a few others. Obviously, Oren and Mark are clearly people that we both have huge relationships with. I will say that I spoke to Oren, this is going back before we even started this podcast, and he has basically said to me, I don't want to make a horror movie right now. So I think he's kind of out just because of that.
I think that also personalities being what they are, I think I align myself in from a personality standpoint with Mark Berg more. I think Mark and I made more movies together. We just made Twisted with Lauren.
Yep. And I'm making a movie with Mark right now, Lionsgate, that hasn't been announced yet, so I can't even really talk about it. But
I mean, I'll say with Mark, and I would say this to his face, so I don't think I'm saying anything out of school here, is that Mark is an intense guy. And I think that Mark is very opinionated because he's an artist as well. And I think that the thing I know with Mark, though, is that it's going to be a harder battle for us to be as weird and subversive as we want to be, I think, depending on the movie. The thing with Mark, which is massive in the pro column, is that Mark is a fighter. And he will go fist to face with anyone if he believes in the movie. Yeah.
And I mean, if there's anything we learned from the Saw movies, both Mark and Oren are fighters.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they have very strong ideas about what they want, which is great, as long as what they want is aligned with what you want. So
yeah, it's the thing.
Yeah.
Who else?
Well, I mean, also not moving entirely away from Twisted, Dan Hefner and Keturah Keston, they I think they're working with Oren now, and I know that he's producing movies for Netflix. He'd be at least a conversation to have. Maybe just give Dan a call to check in. Hefner is amazing. He knows how to make a movie. Like, he is a nuts and bolts guy who just knows how to make a film.
Well, the thing with Dan is he comes from the line producing world, so I think budget is critical with him, and he's very much keeping you on schedule and on budget. For those that want a good laugh, I highly recommend watching Darren's Diaries on the first 3 of my Saw films, where you see me go blow to blow with Dan Hefner quite a bit. It's pretty funny.
I love it. I love it. What about? Yeah, no, go ahead. No, you.
What about JD Lipschitz?
I have him on my list too. I love him. I've only had one meeting with him, but we have connected. He's a big fan of Clyde Barker, so every once in a while he'll text me asking me about Clyde Barker things.
You know what's funny about that guy is that I took a general meeting with him 8-9 years ago, and I think it was a point in my career where I realized I was old, because I walk in there and for those that don't know, he's done some great stuff, from Barbarian to most recently he did Weapons.
Yeah.
He produced what was the movie about the robot girlfriend?
Megan.
No.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, Companion. Yeah. He's amazing.
Yeah.
His company's called Boulder Light, and they're killing it.
They're killing it. But so I go in there, and he was very young, and he said, "I remember when my mom took me to see Saw 2 when I was in 6th grade." And I was like, oh God, like I'm a metal guy. Yeah. But anyway,
he also talks faster than anyone in.
You should have him on the podcast, regardless.
Yeah. We'll definitely reach out to him.
Okay. Go on, who else?
So this guy Nathan Kahane, who was at Lionsgate forever. He was at Lionsgate forever. He was at Ghost House. He was at Good Universe. He just left Lionsgate to be a producer. I love him. He was in the room when I sold my pitch to this new Lionsgate movie. Somebody to at least discuss and tell her about. And then you've got a bunch of people that I'd love to be able to talk about, but who knows. I don't have personal relationships with them, but obviously there's the Atomic Monster, which is Michael Clear, and that's James Wan's company. There's Cooper Samuelson at Blumhouse, that's Jason Blum's company. There is Peter Safran, who does the Conjuring, although I think he might have moved over and is mostly involved in he's doing the Superman franchise. There's Roy Lee at Vertigo. He did Weapons, and The Long Walk just came out, which is supposed to be fantastic. I haven't seen it yet. So those are all in the category of great people, and they could be amazing, but I just don't know whether we're going to have access to them, although that's how Blumhouse made their model, is the 5 and under.
Do you know Shawnee DeMott?
I don't know Shawnee.
Shawnee is, I would love to have him on the podcast as well. He is a scrapper. He is, you remember that move? Remember in Shawshank Redemption Red, how he could get anything from anyone? Like, that is Shawnee. Shawnee produced Barons with me, but he also produced my Devil's Carnival movies. And he's like this, he's a caricature of himself. And I remember, like, he's this kind of guy, he's like, what do you need? I'll get it. What do you need? And I remember one night, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning in Riverside, and I wanted a goat. And I was like, dude, I need a goat, because it's set in a carnival. It's like, you want a goat? I got a goat. I get a guy that's got a goat. I shit you not, like an hour later, there's a truck showing up with a goat. He's that dude. But he's raised a lot of money. And I like him because he is not within the studio system. Yeah, he's independent, and he just does crazy shit to get things done. So I like thinking outside of the box.
I love that. That's great. Okay, cool. I just wrote him down.
I would like to start with Pete Block. All things being equal, I think Pete Block to me is the one that feels his presence is in all worlds. He's been in the studio. He's done independent. He does weird, quirky things like Repo. He does things like Midnight Meat Train. He does things like Saw. Like he's all over the place, and I like that.
All right, I'm into that. I love that. Peter, I love Peter. When we were shooting Jigsaw, I had dinner with Peter every single night. We went to have sushi pretty much every night, and he's just a sweet, kind, really generous guy, and I love him. Before we do that, let me just read through a couple other names just in case anything resonates with you. Sam Raimi, obviously. Gail Ann Hurd, who I worked with before, she's Walking Dead. She could be incredible. Steven Schneider. who did Paranormal Activity, Knock at the Cabin.
Sorry, guys. I'm just going to try to find my lizard that I hear, but I want to make sure I've not lost her. So you keep going. All right.
I'm going to keep going. Yep. Andrew Form, who did The Purge. We could talk to Eli about his new business. That might be something, Eli Roth from Cabin Fever. Wick Godfrey and Marty Bow. And Marty was my first agent, and they're killing it now. They do Temple Hill. They did Smile. And then I guess last, but not, or no. There are two others that I know really well. Mike Cars produced Sorority Row and Good Luck Chuck, and has done a bunch of things for me, including some horror. He might be somebody to talk to. He works with a guy named Bill Binley, and they have a company called Gulfstream Entertainment. They're great. And then that place that we met at the other day, Amy Kim and Jamie Burke from Lifeboat Productions, they're more of a boutique production company outlet, but I do know that they've been involved in raising money. They might be somebody for us to talk to. I want to use our podcast I want to meet Mark Duplass. You know Mark?
No, but he's awesome.
I find that Creep is so amazing. I'm putting it out there to the universe. I want Mark Duplass to come on the show. If anyone knows him, please let us know. Samantha Jennings, talk to me. Emma Tammy from Five Nights at Freddy. And then there's a woman named Adrienne Biddle that I've heard is great. She worked at Jersey Films and did the Black Coat's daughter, and was one of the people involved in The Strangers.
Right.
So those are the ones. But I agree with you. I think Pete Block is the first phone call we make.
So one of the just to give insight for those listening or watching right now. The reason that we want to do this, and we don't have to do this, I think the other route is we go directly in, have our agency set up meetings, we go directly in and pitch. They are the one who is going to shepherd the project and call us out on our bullshit, basically say that's not great, or here are landmines that you guys might not see. Mm-hmm. As well as someone that can rein us in, and I think it brings a comfort level to a studio or someone giving us money. If they're like Darren and Josh by themselves out doing, you're crazy. It takes some pressure away from the studio production company, meaning that they don't have to put one of their own on it. They can say, oh, they have Pete Block. Pete Block's done budgets. He's worked at Lionsgate. He has this pedigree. So that's the reason we're deciding to go this route. It's going to make our package stronger.
Love it. Awesome. All right.
Anything else before we go to next week?
No.
So again, we're about to change gears, and we're going to take you to the Saw escape room. Again, if you're listening to us on iTunes or wherever you podcast, I recommend going to YouTube and watching.
It's a fun video. It's really fun. Addison edited this one, and it's great. And we do a lot of talking about Saw in a place that feels like Saw.
It's very cool. All right, I'm going to go put my lizards away before they shit on my table.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, it's Darren and Josh, and we're making a movie. Where are we, Josh?
We're at the Saw escape room in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Vegas, baby! Yeah! We're at the Saw escape room. Have you been here before?
Once with my mom.
Yeah, it's funny. I came in, and I literally texted them, like, as I was at the place. And it was insane, and I'm excited for people to see it, because I've been to a lot of escape rooms, I've been to a lot of these things. I mean, I make immersive theater myself. This one is a whole other level, and it's been years since I've been here, so
we're excited. We're going for it, baby.
I have forgot to confirm with them, though, so I'm just hoping that my email from a couple of weeks ago is still...
Addison, don't give him a hard drive, and don't let him schedule anything.
Got it.
Please.
Well, I mean, do we just go in?
Oh, no, we wait, dude.
I did not ask. I did not.
You're an asshole, is what you are. Dude, look at this. This is insane.
So, do you hear a funny story about Saw 2? Saw 3 was the meat packing plant. I mean, it was the pigs and all.
You don't even remember.
I don't remember. Do you know what's really bored when I talk about this more in podcasts? I have forgotten about some of the Saw movies, and just recently, I went to Lionsgate to do the 4K restoration that they're releasing Saw 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
And it was a lot like you discovering the movies for the first time. But I'll tell you a story. Do you know that Lee Winnell and I were sued during Saw 2? For what? Oh, dude, it's insane. I only told the story. I think I might have an NDA and I can't talk about it. I'm gonna sit like this. So Lee and I came out with Saw 2, so we had just started.
Right.
And I started getting letters in the mail, and they were full on, like, what was John Doe? Was it John Doe and 7? Yeah, they full on handwritten letters, double per line.
Right.
And it basically started off and it says, Darren, I understand people make mistakes. I'm not unforgiving. I will give you a chance to rectify the mistakes, but I kindly ask you to please wire $1 million, something like that.
Oh my God.
So the first one I threw away, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then the lead, you went out, Paul's busy because you put a fucking letter in there. Come to find out, the guy who sued us because his name was Wilson. Some guy treated last name, but he was in a place called Wilson Steel.
Right.
And this guy's name was the same last name of it was Wilson something, and the character's first name got his eye cut by his name. He said that Lee and I infringed on his life, and it was
Because his eye really got cut out?
no, because his name was the same. Took his first name and Wilson. That was
Oh my God.
No, but
That's
better.
insane.
It's better. He said that we had turned the real Jigsaw on him, and he was scared for his safety of life. And everything was your sued. You can't just ignore it.
Right,
You
right.
have to deal with it.
Right.
So we had to Lionsgate had to get a lawyer, and the FBI got involved because the guy ended up calling the FBI on us. Now here's a crazy story. I got about 3 letters in the mail, and the Lionsgate dealt with it.
Right.
He calls me one day. He goes, dude, is this fucking you? And I'm like, what? And he takes a picture, and it was a letter and a dead cat on his doorstep. Oh. Now we didn't know if the guy put a dead cat or a cat died on his doorstep. At the same time, the letter showed up.
It's the former.
But the guy ended up, the young guy, and me with him, and they obviously labeled the Judas not right.
Yeah.
Everything's thrown out. But we still had to deal with it for like 6 months.
That's crazy.
And that's why you have doing is E&O insurance, I think it's called. Like, Addison initiate.
Yeah.
You know, to take care of
Yeah.
that suit.
Oh wait, I just heard a door. Hold on.
The door. Someone's here.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
What's up?
James! Ashley! What's going on?
We gotta redo it. It's Jason.
Jason! Oh my God.
James.
Go back. Go back out. Go
No, that stays. No, that stays. Josh, she feels you, deems you that you're not important. He doesn't know your name, and so that is how he works.
Dude, you're an asshole.
Like, this is not your only. Because when I first came here, this was the only one you operated. Now you've like taken over all of Las Vegas. You have a 50. What else do we have?
We learned to scale because we sell out of this one all the time. You know, we built it because, you know, like we've talked about in the past, you know, we want this to not be a cog away. I want you to really experience this. So we build this one every 20 minutes. So you're not clip bump the groups and everything else. So we got 5 of them now, so 6. So we've got Escape It, 2 different versions based on Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. One's based on the sewers, one's based on the fun house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, which is awesome. Those things are beasts. That's
Could be going.
Oh my God, that's in a 31,000 square foot facility. They are incredible. It's the only one that Stephen King to date has actually signed off on. So we feel really, really proud of it because he's iconic, he's incredible. And then we've got the John Wick experience, which is amazing. That one's only 6 months old now with Lionsgate as well, too. They're dear partners of ours. And you have Blair Witch, which is incredible. So
Blair Witch is probably too. Is Blair Witch? I mean, this is the new one was Lionsgate. That's true.
like Gail said, they acquired it. They acquired Blair Witch, and it's an incredible franchise, and it's a scary escape room. I mean, it really is creepy. I mean, it freaks us
Is that
out.
what tomorrow too on that?
Absolutely.
We went to good one.
Oh yeah.
We should. That was my
We're
favorite.
gonna do a whole day. Just
It's so much fun, and our staff, which is weird, they actually think it's haunted. Our manager literally says that her leg got grabbed, and it gets grabbed in there. I have not gotten grabbed in Blair Witch, but yeah, and they say it's haunted.
I told this story earlier. I think maybe the first time I came here I told you this story, but I was able to see Blair Witch before it was Blair Witch. I was at one of the very first screenings in Florida because these 2 guys are from Florida, and I got to attend a screening before there was any trailers, any hype. It was not called Blair Witch, it was just an untitled documentary. And so imagine watching that movie without the hype and without knowing a single thing, and then it ends, there's no credits, and you're just told to leave the theater. And Liz, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Ashley, how did you get involved with the whole organization?
Ashley, no.
Jessica?
I think I was 24 when I met Jason. That was 11 years ago. I'm giving you my ages, but no. Yeah, I started with him. I started as an assistant and learned everything that I know now. I mean, I have knowledge that no one should know. You know, building all these creepy props. I mean, I wasn't into horror.
Yeah.
You know, and then I had to work at Fright Dome. So back then, he was throwing the big Fright Dome of like a 350,000 square foot event that went inside Circus Adventure Dome. And I remember him sending me into haunted houses to quality check on my own.
All right, tell me, has there been somebody that was scared so much, or that like you had to rescue out of one of the escape rooms that was like a crazy story of somebody that was other?
Well, they pee their pants quite often, which is disgusting. So they're going to be this piss, or they'll I don't know about to say it on it, they'll shake their hands too. That happens. It is real. And we'll have to get prepared. We got the little sprinkle stuff to put on the pee and everything.
No.
It is gross.
You try to contain your body flow.
I will try.
Do you know that is upsetting? One of the things most of the things we did this thing, the tension experience, where you were hooded for a long period of time. I remember watching the security footage, and you can just see a guy. He's got the hood on, and then you see the lightweight girder. And he's puking in the thing when he was trying to stop it. So then, and someone has to clean it. So like, then the rock paper scissors. Who's gonna go clean it? Yeah, it's never good.
It happens. It happens, and you just gotta be. And then the funny things they have happen, like people that don't think they have a restroom for some reason. We had behind the Blair Witch Hut, a woman just drops trowel and just gets right there. And then like 200 cameras. You like read?
Josh, I think you and I should do a little saw stuff.
Yeah, and let's bring Addison and Brannigan too.
Straight ahead.
All right. All right.
Keep all bodily fluids together, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right. Are we going in?
This is as far as we can take you.
Thank you so much. We'll see you guys later. Thank you. See you later, Frank.
Be safe.
All right.
Later, guys.
Make good choices.
All right. Is there a code there?
I don't know. I'm looking.
I want hot tamales.
What was that?
I want the hot tamales.
Hot tamales? You got it. Addison, we'd be dead by now. Yeah, we're dead. All right, keep going. I don't. I mean, clearly we need to unlock that.
Well, yeah.
And what's is it numbers or is it letters? It's letters? He's just standing over there waiting for us. Ooh, that's a good shot right there.
Right.
Brannigan's got the director's eye. I like it.
Boo.
After you, Addison.
Oh, thank you.
After you, Brannigan. I don't want to go first.
I don't remember Jigsaw killing these people.
It smells like Halloween Horror Nights. Oh. I miss that smell.
I think that's Jason.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna try the code. Good blood shot. Well, let's try 11-11, 11-11. No. It's cool. Uh-oh, Spooky Town. later on rotting itself inside. Oh, that's not good. Are they chilling out? Dead body over there. So, Josh. Yeah.
Oh, this is the freezer scene.
I had a major actor issue on the pig scene up there, right, where Angus McFadden didn't want to get sprayed with pig guts, and I told him he wasn't going to, and the minute he got in, I sprayed him with pig guts, and he quit, and I had to go talk him out of his trailer.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Wait, was it real pig guts?
No, it was like a gelatin with shit, but he was like, I don't want to do that, that's why they're stunt doubles. It was like on day 4 of filming, and like, I was just like not gonna deal with this bullshit. And at that point, I was not a fan. I mean, I love it, Sir Robert the Bruce, but I was like, this motherfucker, I'm not gonna spray him with pig guts. And he got in the thing, and I promised I was gonna cut before I do the pig guts, and when he was in there, it's a perfect shot of the pig guts would come right there. And I go, cue the pig guts, and then I hear him running, cue the pig guts, and I can see Angus sees it, and he goes, no! And the scene in the movie where he's hit is the scene where he hit him with pig guts, and he's flipping out, and he's upset, he's coming out, and it's awesome, it's all the movie, and then he quits. And I'm laughing hysterically, and Mark Burke was like, you better go in there and get him out of his trailer. I ain't gonna apologize. Funny story.
Was he happy though with the ending though?
Yeah.
Just give yourself a little like.
So over here there is Danica, I guess, which is the girl that's frozen to death.
Right.
If it was not for Rob Zombie, that scene would not be in the movie because I kept getting the NC-17. And after like the 15th time, I called Rob Zombie and I was like, dude, your movie's a million times more violent than mine and sexualized than mine.
Yeah.
And he goes, let me tell you what to do. And he gave me how to get the MPA to say yes. I did exactly what he said, and they said yes.
What did he say?
He said that their issue is that in my film, she is, you see her completely naked from head to toe, including bush and everything. And they said that it was too sexualized. And I'm like, it's not sexualized, it's the opposite of that. There's nothing sexual about it. And Rob was like, you put her in a bikini. And she was in a bikini, that's sexualizing her. And he's like, the fact that she's raw and she's wearing nothing takes the sexuality out of it. Right. So I went back and pitched it. I said, if I put her in a bikini, if I put her in negligee, then it stops, that all of a sudden becomes sexual. And then when I pitched this thing, they said, you're right, and they let us keep it. That's awesome. But and that was she's closed in this one. Go in there.
I crawl, don't I?
Yes, you do crawl. Give that to me. All right, hold on, wait. You was the first thing I heard.
Josh, you know I'm a germaphobe.
Are you finding anything in there, Addison?
Not really.
Nothing?
No. Just like this floors.
You think it'll shock me if I press something? Maybe if I went down on this. Oh, it's doing things. I'm turning on the light, turn off the light.
Where? Oh, all right. So that's good right there because it's green.
Oh, that's green.
Green.
10. No, it's a 10. I think we have to do them together. So, no.
You totally die. Oh god. Oh yeah. You go first, Darren.
I think we have to go that way. But that's an excellent knot.
You could just step over it.
You sure that's the way? Let's see. Okay.
There it goes. Josh, I figured a clue out.
You figured a clue?
Those aren't clues, Scoob. Those are just things you want.
So we have the big category.
The key to that shit is in that tub.
Game over.
Oh my god! That scared the hell out of me. Yeah, no thank you. Oh my god. No thank you.
That's forgetting his name wrong, Josh.
It's Fred.
I did jump as well when there's like big bucket thing. Air came on. Do I go here? God, we seem to make.
Sorry, I had to. Thank you. Yeah, that was crazy. Okay, so the first scene that I wrote for Saw 2 was the head trap scene, and why was Josh, when I was born. Yeah. Uh-oh. Some shit's moving. I had 3 eye surgeries. I had my first one at 6 months. I had another eye surgery when I was like 11 years old, another one at 14. And they used a scalpel because when my first 2 surgeries was before lasers were being used. So they had actually cut in the back of my eye. Even today when I get sick, the migraine goes to the scar in the back of my eye.
Oh, that's
And
fun.
one of my first like really horror-based memories was they put me under, obviously. And this was the second surgery I had. I'll never forget this. I wake up and I'm strapped to a gurney, and as they're waking me up, I hear the doctor say, "Darren, open your eyes, open your eyes." And I opened them, and blood just poured down. They were trying to get me to release the blood from the back so we didn't go backwards. And so that idea of cutting into an eye with a scalpel led to that trap right there.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So how much rewriting had to be done on the Desperate to turn it into Saw
I
2?
did not know this until I went back, because yesterday I posted about it online. The draft of the Desperate went through numerous. I wrote the Desperate, and then I worked on the Desperate with this writer friend of mine from Kansas City called Blair. I think her name is Blair Butler, who couldn't get anyone to make it. No one to make the Desperate. Then it went through like 10 drafts of the Desperate, and then it became. Then it went to Evolution behind it for Saw 2. And when Saw 2 happened, I did 3 rewrites on it. The first one was called The Minus Game. And The Minus Game was still Desperate with my version of what it would be if it was Saw. And I drew traps. I posted pictures of it. You go on my Instagram.
Yeah.
It had Jigsaw in there, but it still wasn't that far from the Desperate. Then Lee Winnell gave back from Australia, and he read it. He was like, no, this is wrong. We kept the basic concept and the twist.
Right.
And then he stripped out all of Jigsaw's dialogue. I went back and saw what I wrote for Jigsaw. It didn't sound anything like Kelvin.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing Lee did, stripped out the Jigsaw dialogue. And then after the course of about a month, Lee and I completely stripped it away. I could make the Desperate today and no one would know. No one would know. So
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
yeah, I mean, it was a house, and it was a serial killer, and the twist was the same. But outside of that, nothing else was similar.
Wow.
So it would be multiple drafts. But the first one that I turned it into was called Saw 2 Minus Game, and then it changed from there.
All right.
Oh, look, there's a Billy up there. Oh, that was probably this movie. See, do you know what's weird? Is I'm not a fan how Billy has changed. I enjoy Billy from Saw 2 and 3.
Right.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think you guys might have jumped the shark when you guys gave Billy laser eyes on Jigsaw.
I disagree. I thought the laser... No.
laser.
They were terrible. I'm sorry. That almost looks like it's a little kid, though.
Wait, this...
That's really there.
Your hands go in this thing. Wait, what am I doing here? Oh, I see. He's come back. Great. Yeah.
Game over.
You know what this reminds me of? And it's just completely.
This. Do it. Just take this in for 1 second. This is a cool.
Wait. You know what?
fucking room.
Oh, I can't go live because if I go live, it'll kill the thing. Uh-oh. We're here at the Saw Escape Room. Come join us as something creepy is down to happen. Hey, I wrote this scene. This is Abby. This is the fire scene. That's the oven.
And we have 8 minutes.
We have 8 minutes
to make it out.
Figure out how to get out of the oven.
But that's the great thing about
This is exactly. I mean, this literally looks exactly like the oven from Saw 2. This is great.
Did who
in this?
what did Francois build those as well?
No,
or
it's
no?
a guy. Well,
Ah!
I didn't jump. You didn't just see me do that. All of the traps are built by Jason Egan. I think.
Jason Egan.
Wait, that's Jason Egan. No, his name is Jason something. Like I think his last name, but he built all the traps. He built Billy. But this is incredible. I have a feeling that. Let's see how much detail it did. Let's see if there is a.
I just scared
Let's see if
myself.
there is a devil in here, like there is in the movie.
All right, I'm pressing the green button.
Can I see the
I
light?
bet you that I have to do something over here.
What if I press the green button?
Try it.
It's not red, so.
Am I gonna? All right, I'm
Wait,
pressing
do
it.
again.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
I don't like loud noises.
Yeah, I'm out of here, dude. I'm out of here.
I am not a fan of this spooky shit.
Do you know what's?
But you make spooky movies.
No, this is different.
You know what's crazy though, dude, is that as scary it is in the movies, like when you're on set on a horror movie, it just feels fun.
It is.
It's ridiculous. It like
My mom, it was really cool getting my mom to come on all the sets because she would always say like how dark or macabre when you're there. It's just like people are laughing and having a good time.
yeah.
It's not until the edit that these things actually take shape and come together.
Sound,
It's the
edit.
sounds, the Charlie Clouser music.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is,
yeah.
The editing from Kevin Borger.
Yeah. Well, like when you're like sitting at the lunch table where somebody has just tried to cut open their head and they're like sitting there eating mac and cheese with a big head wound at the
Do you know-
lunch table is just awesome.
When I was a kid growing up, my dad was very much, he was pro me watching what I wanted to watch.
Right.
He within reason, he wasn't going to show any Last House on the Left at that age, but he let me
Right,
watch
right.
it. Henry is really scared by this stuff, and he was always really, I mean, even things that I would consider like nothing, like Gremlins, he had an issue with. So I brought him to set on cello. We did a day of pickups in LA,
Right.
where we were going to kill Morgan Rose, and I told Henry he was going to come with me all day, and Henry showed up first thing in the morning, followed Morgan as he got a prosthetic on, and Morgan's face is collapsed. I mean, it's collapsed.
Right, right.
So you got to see the prosthetic be put on, you got to see a fire lit around Morgan, you got to see a brick thing fall on Morgan's face, got to see his eye come out, and then you got to see it cleaned up, the fire's put out, and Morgan took the prosthetics off. And it was pretty awesome because you got to see the entire, I'll put some pictures and I'll put the scene up. You can actually see what it looked like, and you can see Henry doing, like, he was helping with the special effects, throwing the ash and putting the blood down around Morgan.
I love that. That's amazing.
It was a cool moment.
Yeah,
Because when you're there, you realize it's not scary, it's art. And I think that it's-
And the other thing that I find really interesting about horror in particular is it's sort of like what we're going to be talking about with our guest tomorrow, the magician, is that it's all a magic trick. Like it's not, it's a magic trick, and it is. You have to put the pieces together properly, otherwise there's no scare. Like you could take a scene that is one of the scariest scenes of all time. You move 2 cuts, change a cut by 5 frames, and it could ruin it.
I credit Kevin Reuter to so many, like, one of my favorite scenes on Saw 2 was the wrist scene with Emmanuel.
Yeah.
That scene was bullshit when I did my first thing, and Kevin Reuter was like, let me just try some shit. And he salvaged it by the editing and the music.
Yeah.
But it's like baking a cake, is that you can have all the ingredients for a cake, but if you mix them up wrong or you don't put the right amount in, the cake's gonna fall flat, it's gonna taste like shit.
Yeah.
But knowing how much of what to put where, it's a huge deal.
Do you know anything about where the classic Saw spin around move was that?
No, well, I think when you rewatch Saw 1, it wasn't that much. It was in the scene of Shawnee,
Right.
And I leaned heavily into it because I just got off doing music videos, and to me, we were shooting film then, and so I loved flash frames. And how you would get that classic Saw look was you would turn the camera on and off as it was rolling. Or you would burst it. You would go from 24 frames to 36 down to 12, and then turn it on and off. And we would get this jerky motion. Wow. Now we try to emulate that through visual effects, and it never looks the same. So I did it. We also did Lynn shakes, which was the staple. If I were to redo it now, is
you put a circular track. You would have the camera assist dismount the lens, so the lens is in the camera, but you can shake it.
Right.
And then I have him running with it, shaking the lens and turning the camera on and off, and it gives that like look that became the classic Saw look. I think
out of focus and then in
I
focus.
think James busted my balls. He was like, I did it because I had to. You did it because you thought it was cool. Like, James is not a fan of it.
Oh, this is it.
For a second, I thought you were singing the Jaws theme music, and I was like, wait, what?
Hello, Mr. Hindle. Or as they called you around the hospital. Sam.
What would be awesome if like we became... Jesus! I wonder if they could kill the over. This thing is fucking moving. This thing is fucking moving. Not okay. Oh my god. All right, dude. All right. Hey, what's up? Hey. I love it. I love it. I'll tell you, one of the fights that we had in Saw 2 was rebuilding the bathroom, and it was a huge deal to get them to redo it because no one knew when we did Saw 2 that Saw 1 it's not. I mean, look at this motherfucker just like milling around. They had dismantled Saw 1 set and they had to rebuild it. It was a huge expense because it had to be frame accurate.
Was it on a stage?
It was on a stage, and I remember it was for a long time. It was we weren't going to do it. We were going to go to the sewers, and it was going to end before they got to the bathroom. And luckily, everyone agreed. We rebuilt the bathroom, and I'll tell you, there was something chilling walking in that first time.
Yeah.
Because it was frame accurate. It was the same size. It was the same everything. It was pretty awesome. And I got to have my parents come through it. It was just really cool. I got pictures of my dad and mom like in the bathroom. And,
That's awesome.
did you have that oh shit moment when you were? I mean, because you're coming in. What was your first one?
I came in really, really late.
So when was Jigsaw? Was that 8 or 9?
It was 8. When I came onto the franchise, there had already been 7 films. There was a huge break between Saw 7 and Jigsaw. And they knew they wanted to do a reboot, but they didn't know exactly what they wanted it to be. So I was part of a huge cattle call. There were, dozens of writers that were brought in. There was nothing special about...
Can we stop that Billy's just randomly just scooting around?
Dude! Jason, stop it.
So wait, you went into you had no idea. So when you went in to pitch the first one, there were other writers and shit.
Oh, there were tons of other writers. There were a lot. Look, everybody wanted, it was Saw. Everybody wanted it. It was literally like you were walking in and hoping to win the lottery. And we pitched an idea. We pitched the movie out, and our film. This was the idea that we originally pitched. All the people are players, and it's a metallic. It feels like a warehouse, and they're having to go through traps in order to open doors to get to the outside to escape. And they finally hit the door. You see the sunlight outside, and they rip open the door, step outside, and the camera pulls back, and you realize they're on an oil derrick in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, that's awesome.
And there's no way to get off. So they thought that they escaped, and then it was done. And they passed, and then about 6 months later, we get a call. 6 months later, we get a call from Oren, and Oren's like, I know that we didn't respond to everything, but there were a couple of things that you really hit, and we want you to come back in again. We came back in, completely different storyline. This one was completely outdoors. It was the game players making their way through the woods. We were like, all right, let's have a Saw that's outside and totally kind of change it up that way. And nope, they passed. We walked away. 6 months later, we got another phone call. They really like you guys. We need some more. So then Mark and Oren and Pete and I all sat down in a room, and we had lunch at Tironi, which is Oren's wife's place, which is just has the the best truffle pasta in the entire world. And we just kind of hashed it out, kept going over it, until finally the next time we walked in the room, instead of Mark and Lauren sitting on the other side of the table and we're trying to win them over, they were sitting on our side of the table because we had all kind of decided on it together, and that's the script, that's the storyline that we got.
That was Jigsaw.
That was Jigsaw. That was
It was a soft reboot, basically.
It was a soft reboot. John Kramer was still in it, but probably not enough. Yeah.
I don't remember if I pitched on the last episode, 2 episodes ago, about before I came out in Spiral, I pitched them for 2 years in a row what I wanted to do, which I still am upset that we never did, which was, Billy looked a lot more less intimidated. Wait a minute, it's just get Billy here to, there you go. There. I really wanted to do this idea that I wanted to progress Jigsaw's message, and I wanted to start. I mean, I still think this is such a dynamic opening. I wish they would steal it for whatever's going to happen, which is a fresh start. And it was basically all of the past iconography of Saw being destroyed in brutal fashion. So it's like these men in black arrive you see them in SUVs arriving in houses, they knock on a door, and it's like all the characters that ever lived, like the red hair from Jigsaw, I forget her name.
Right.
She execute style shot. Cut to a underground hospital in Mexico, and Dr. Gordon turns, boof, and he's shot down, and they're trying to erase Jigsaw's message and eradicate it. The very last scene is them busting into like a warehouse, and you're seeing all of the Jigsaw traps that were unused. You're seeing Billy in a corner, and you're seeing him take it, and they're just grabbing everything, and they're breaking it. And the very last shot is them throwing this into a trash compactor, where you're seeing Billy's face. You're hearing ha ha ha, and it's crushing. And it's crushing down. But the reality is, it becomes Fight Club, and his message begins to spread organically, and they can't stop it. So it becomes a virus. And they were like, no, you've already killed Jigsaw. We're not killing Billy. We're not doing this. But for years, I'm going to try to pitch this idea of that. Yeah. Never went anywhere.
Yeah. What's your thought on the new chapter on the I know nothing. To be very, very clear, I know nothing what's going to happen with the next Saw, whether it's Saw 11 or Saw reboot. I know nothing about it, so I
don't know. I'll tell you that I think if Saw has a chance, it's through James Lee.
Yeah.
I think that, selfishly it sucks because I wish that we could continue on and explore it.
Yeah.
But I think that James has been so uninvolved for so long, but I think that it's got to be hard to watch this thing that you did be kind of taken over by numerous people.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something really inappropriate. If your child's at home, please earmuffs, turn around.
Yeah.
It's like watching your girl in love get gangbanged.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, but
let's beat that out.
No, but it's like, imagine he birthed this thing, and it's guy after guy after guy going in and doing what they want to it. I think it would be exciting to see him and Lee come back after 30 or 20 years, and just do something completely different and ballsy. I think that's the way it's going to come back. I think that if Spiral was marketed differently, and COVID didn't happen, I think that could have been a fun thing to continue on. This the world of Saw. But I don't know. I think if there is a chance now, it's going to be with them.
I'm excited. I am just like you. I'm kind of bummed that we're not going to have another bite at the apple, but I am thrilled to see what happens next with the franchise. I'm real excited.
I mean, I just look back and saying in this bathroom, it feels like, I went to film school. I went to 25 years ago now, but every Saw film was a film school. But going on Saw 2, I had done nothing. I had done literally nothing. I directed Static Egg music video. I directed a couple of terrible short films, terrible. And then I'm standing on sets, and as I'm there, Saw is getting bigger because now home videos come. Now it's getting bigger and bigger. And you talk about this idea of imposter syndrome, it was such a crazy experience, and then going directly from Saw 2 into Saw 3 without any break. There was never hit how great this thing was becoming. Now we're in Vegas, and we're standing in an escape room.
That was built to celebrate the franchise. It's pretty amazing.
It is. Let's pause for a
Addison,
second.
wait, before you pause, Addison, I'm
What?
gonna put you in the locker, and we'll come back and fight you more.
One of the things that I think became so problematic to throw you in was the fandom became so hyper focused on detail that we couldn't fuck around. Like they would be like, oh, the Saw 2 bathroom has 16 tiles going one way, 18 going the other way. We got 32 tiles. And it became so complicated to remember the timelines.
Yeah.
And, in between Saw 3 and 4, which were happening concurrently, to ensure that all of those things matched and tracked. And I became like on a soapbox yelling all the time. They're going to care. The fans are going to care.
Yeah.
And what was really hard during this time is this thing called House of Jigsaw. I don't know if you ever got to experience House of Jigsaw.
I was not. I don't know about it because
But it was the congregation point for anyone in the Saw universe.
Right.
We would be on set shooting, and they would get the twist, and they would, because they're spitballing ideas. So by the time Saw 4 happened, they were like, "What did this happen here in Saw 3?" And like they were getting shit.
Yeah.
And it was this panic about us rewriting. Being like, "Do we write these people? Do we not rewrite for them?"
Yeah. Well, it's funny. The same thing happened on Spiral. We were shooting a scene with William Shank's father, and the actor took a still on the set, and he was like a janitor or something in the film. So his name was Shank. So and he was standing next to the little boy. So going into the movie, all of the diehard crazy Saw, and I use crazy lovingly. I swear to God, they're crazy, but I love them because they're crazy. But they were able to figure out that one of the twists because of that fucking name tag from a still on Instagram.
Mark got very protective as we went on. I remember there were times he would not give his script out the last 10 pages. So you get the first 80 pages, and you're like, go over the last 10 pages, you gotta come to my house or my office. And that includes agents. And so agents are like, I'm making my client an offer. He's like, yeah, come to my office or my house. I'm not giving it to you. And I actually got help with that because it built this air of mystery on the script.
Well, it's funny because and I might have mentioned this already, but all of the script covers, you all put fake, like our script was called Party Invite by Sally Russo. So somebody would get the script.
Called Evolution. Saw 4 might have been called Evolution.
Yeah.
Did you know that there were 3 Saw 4 scripts? Patrick and Marcus had one, and there's another guy, I forget his name, and they didn't know what they were going to do, even when I was in prep, and they were going back and forth. And eventually Patrick and Marcus flew out, and then it was great. But I remember being given multiple scripts, being like, "You haven't decided yet." I'm like, "What do you mean you haven't decided here?" Like, what do you mean you haven't decided yet?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, look, what's really amazing, and the reason we're here, and the reason we're together is because of this franchise. And just like you were just saying, how it changed your life when you had directed 2 music videos, and all of a sudden you're on a major set. It changed my life from a standpoint of, working on a series for 3 films in a row. It's a special opportunity. It's a gift, it really was. And
Why do you think Saw worked? What was it about it that made it a franchise?
the fans.
I mean, something got to connect with the fans. So what was that thing?
I think as opposed to many other horror franchises, and I love Halloween, I love Friday, I love Freddy, I love them all, but the character of John Kramer and how different he was and he is from other horror icons, people saw themselves in it. People get angry, people get frustrated at the world, and they're looking at this guy who's actually, he's doing these horrible things, but he's doing it to make the world a better place. And there's just something that really resonates with that. How about you? What do you think?
I think that was it. I think that when it came out, I mean, remember the years that followed, there was this whole idea about the splat pack and the torture porn. And I think before that,
horror had started to become safe again, and there's horror goes in cyclical nature. It's like what's cool today, 5 years from now is not going to be cool. So you see these crazes. I think when Saw hit, there was a time where it leaned into the R rating. It didn't try to make itself PG-13.
Right.
It did some very intense things that I think it didn't dumb it down. It had it for what it was smart and it was magic. We're going to go back to magic a lot. Tomorrow we're talking about magician, but it did the ultimate magic trick. John Greenwood stood on the floor. That was a magic trick. No one saw it coming. That was great. But I think something that you actually think about on what we're doing is the simplicity of a bathroom and a minimalistic carriage area. And I think that there's something, I will take my son to go see big superhero movies, but I don't necessarily enjoy them as much as I used to because I crave something more intimate. But I think that Saw was intimate. Yeah, and I agree. That's a no big thing for it. Any other stories, Josh, that you want to share around?
I think we need to go home and get some sleep. So wake up in the morning.
We do it for
Thank you. And thank you.
Say his name. Delegate.
Jason.
And
Ashley? Jason, I'm sorry I said your name wrong when we first walked in. I love you.
That's a wrap on today's episode. Please give the show a follow, and if you could leave a rating or a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, each post helps us reach more listeners like you. Another way to support us is to join the crew at djmakeamovie.com. We'd love to hear from you. Follow and join the conversation at DJ Make a Movie on all social platforms. Let's make a movie together.
Darren and Josh Make a Movie, Season 1. Hosted by Darren Bousman and Josh Stolberg. Produced by Addison Marshall. Email the team at djmakeamovie@gmail.com. To watch on video and enjoy all the visuals you may have missed listening to the audio version of the show, subscribe to the Darren and Josh Make a Movie YouTube channel. Thank you for joining.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.
No, it's not creepy at all.
I run a house with 50 crazy bitches.
Taught them to survive.
This is real life!
You're hallucinating.
It is real.
This is okay.
That girl really needs to learn to keep her mouth shut.
A man with each other.
That is disgusting.
Is that a fucking piranha?
They took my penis!
They took my penis!
Oh, I wish I hadn't seen that.
You haven't seen anything yet.
You want to play games, motherfucker?
Citrate comes in a little glass vial.
Hallelujah!
Darren and Josh make a movie.